Hey everybody, welcome back to our Detroit Lions preview show here at MLive. I am Kyle Meinke.
I'm Nate Atkins.
All right, Nate, we got to start with the defense. First down. The defense was incredible against Arizona. I don't think they win that game without the effort there in the first quarter. I mean, Matthew Stafford's throwing a pick six on his first throw of the year, making tackles downfield. You got the special teams just comically bad. It's a one-point game at halftime, and they were able to complete the comeback in the fourth quarter because of the defense, and the defense keeping them around. Just a great start from those guys, something we really didn't see from it last year. Pass rush was there, hitting Carson Palmer 7 times from 6 different places. Anthony Zettel getting a sack. More pressures, by the way, in one game against the Cardinals than he had all of last year as a rookie. Ezekiel Ansah makes his debut. Jared Davis gets his hand on a fumble recovery and 3 interceptions from that secondary. Quandre Diggs, by the way, not allowing a single reception to Larry Fitzgerald in the slot, was the #1 corner in week 1 according to Pro Football Focus. I thought from top to bottom it was just a really great effort from the defense, but the big question is, can they sustain it?
Yeah, it's something to go from not getting a turnover the final 5 games last year to 4 in this one. And when you have that kind of lead, it's usually bad offense and good defense. That was definitely the case in this one. David Johnson goes down. Carson Palmer becomes desperate and erratic. He's overthrowing guys. He's making weird decisions. But that plays into a defense that plays 3 safeties as back as they do. You overthrow guys or have tip passes, it's going to lead to some turnovers. I still need to see a little more out of the pass rush. Palmer dropped back 49 times. He's one of the least mobile quarterbacks from some of the deepest passing plays. And I think the secondary set up a lot of those pressures. But overall, a much improved unit so far in week 1.
All right, Nate, second down. This wouldn't be a Lions preview show without mentioning Kenny Tutu Galladay.
Who?
I mean, just a great fourth quarter from him. He was the star of the game. The fade on that first touchdown, showing the good people of Detroit what we've seen every day in training camp, which is a guy who's 6'4". Obviously, you want more production than what he provided you in the first 3 quarters. His most notable production being 2 drops. I think that's something we can expect to see from Kenny as he figures out the pro game and gets more settled and so forth.
When he was in college, he didn't play with great quarterbacks. Now he's got a guy like Stafford who can lay it out like he did on that second touchdown. That was the most impressive thing he did because we know he can be a red zone guy. But in an offense when they've got a number of targets, Theo Riddick, Golden Tate, Marvin Jones, Eric Ebron, to get a guy who can bring that occasional big play is a huge, huge boost, and I think he's got the skill set to do it.
All right, third down, Nate. We've talked about the good. We can't get away from talking about the bad as well. The bad being, of course, special teams. Those guys were so good last year, and they have some of the best specialists in the game, and Don Muhlbach, and Sam Martin, and Matt Prater, and some great gunners out there down in the football. But they come out there in the first quarter against the Cardinals, and they were a joke. They were a joke on special teams in the first quarter. You had Dwayne Washington committing silly personal fouls, punting out of his own end zone, drops the football. That leads to a few points.
That's the problem here. They have new faces, and I'm not sure the new faces are as good. I don't think they'll be as electric as they were last year, though.
All right, Nate, fourth down. It's prediction time. Lions, Giants, Monday Night Football. Who do you got?
I'm going to condition this based totally on whether or not Odell Beckham Jr. plays, because that means everything. But I get the sense he's going to play on Monday Night Football, so I'm picking the Giants 20-16 over the Lions. Essentially, I just think this is a real defensive matchup. The Lions cannot run the ball on the Giants. We saw it last year. Not many teams can run the ball on them. It's in New York, a desperate Giants team coming off a loss. I think Odell gives them that little boost, whether he's playing outside, whether he's playing inside. Their only play in their entire playbook, I'm convinced, is slant Odell Beckham Jr. So if he plays, they can run their plays, and I think they come out with a win.
As much as I'd love to disagree with you, I think I have to agree with you. I got the Lions losing this game to the Giants 21-20. This team is a different team on the road than the one you see at home, and there's a lot to like about what you saw from the Lions in week 1 against the Cardinals, but they're going on the road. They're going to MetLife Stadium. They're playing outdoors. They're playing the Giants in their home opener on Monday Night Football. This is the kind of game the Lions lose under Jim Caldwell. All right, guys, that's what we got for today. Before we get out of here, we do want to say we want to hear from you. We use your questions here on the air in the show, so give us a shout. You see our Twitter handles right about there. Be nice, especially to Nate. He's still new.
I appreciate it.
That's what we got. I'm Kyle.
I'm Nate.
We're MLive. Keep it right here.